So I love to watch these stickman channels on YouTube, especially Grade A Under A and Offending Everybody. The reason why I love these guys, no homo, is because they have a no holds barred approach in their videos. These guys will joke about everything, especially the sensitive topics. Rape, disabled people, racism, gay people, their dead grandmothers, basically everything society today would cancel you for. I find this very funny because I'm not like my fellow Gen Zs and the millennials who think that everything is offensive. I'm the type to leave a Bill Burr comedy show thinking, wow, this guy is a comedic genius, while others are like,
oh my god, that's hate speech. You sexist, racist, cool asshole.
So Offending Everybody made a video debating just how bad sugar is for you, and I gotta say, the guy is quite knowledgeable in the topic of health and fitness. He also made a how to get fit video in which he gave some pretty solid advice for the most part. However, in both these videos, I had a problem with his support of the cold turkey approach over the moderation approach to eating fast food. Basically, he believes it's better to never taste an Oreo ever than to eat them in moderation, because you will probably end up stuffing yourself with 3 packets of Oreos at some point. If you never eat them at all, you won't know what you're missing. Now, while he does have a point, I see things in a different manner. First of all, most people have already tasted these bad foods, so they do know what they're missing. Secondly, it's actually very hard to totally cut out fast and junk food from your diet. I find it better to educate yourself on health and fitness, then learn how to practice moderation when eating fast food and junk food. Most of all, you've got to learn how your body and your cravings work so that you know how to moderate and eat anything you want. Sure, it's gonna take some time, but the end result is a lot better. But that's not what this video is about. I will make a separate video on that whole cold turkey versus moderation thing, so subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. In the sugar video, Offending Everybody said this.
Tip number 4, replace. Like I mentioned earlier, the way I weaned myself off soda was drinking Crystal Light. Now, that's not to say these fake sugars are good for you. It's like smoking and driving instead of drinking and driving. Sure, one is better, but that doesn't mean the other one's good. One issue I have with these fake sugars is how much sweeter they are than sugar. Aspartame is 200 times sweeter, and sucralose, or Splenda, is 600 times sweeter. This causes some people, like myself, to start to crave that sweet feeling. Like recently I brought this drink called Body Armor Light. It's 20 calories, some vitamins, and almost no sugar. So I'm thinking, oh, this has got to be good for me. But after drinking one, my body 2 hours later is like, more, I want more! So these sugar alternatives may be good for some, but they're not for everyone.
Okay, I'm guessing you didn't do adequate research on artificial sweeteners because there is something that he did not explain. Yes, 1 gram of aspartame is 200 times sweeter than 1 gram of sugar, but that's a good thing. That means you need a lot less of it to make 500 milliliters of Diet Coke taste as sweet as the original one. This is a 500 milliliter bottle of original Coke. According to the nutrition label, it has 55 grams of added sugar. The limit for how much added sugar an adult male should consume per day is about 36 grams. This means 1 bottle of original Coke is 152% of your daily limit for added sugar. This is before you've had that cup of coffee with sweetened milk plus 3 teaspoons of sugar, or the chocolate bar that you love so much. It means you're gonna get way past the 36 gram added sugar limit by the end of the day. Anyway, if aspartame is 200 times sweeter than sugar, it means that 1 gram of sugar is equivalent in sweetness to 0.005 grams or 5 milligrams of aspartame. So 55 grams of sugar in 500 milliliters of original Coke can be replaced with 0.275 grams or 275 milligrams of aspartame to achieve the same sweetness. Now, according to the World Health Organization, National Library of Medicine, Cancer.org, and many other credible sources, the daily limit for aspartame is 40 milligrams per kg of body weight. I weigh about 72 kgs, so 40 milligrams times 72 kgs will give me 2,880 milligrams as my daily limit for aspartame intake. Like we said, our theoretical Diet Coke contains 275 milligrams of aspartame, so to get to my daily aspartame limit, I'd have to drink 10 500 milliliter bottles of Diet Coke. You see how this is a good thing? I can literally drink 3 bottles a day and I will still be only at 30% of my daily aspartame limit. Even though having uncontrollable sugar cravings is a bad thing and still needs to be dealt with and may possibly continue after the substitution of sugar with artificial sweeteners, at least I'm harming myself way less if I deal with those cravings by having a few Diet Cokes. In my opinion, one of the most important factors in health is body fat percentage, which directly correlates relates to the amount of excess calories you consume. Overconsuming calories makes you fat, and being fat causes many other diseases to basically gang rape you. So, having drinks with artificial sweeteners helps you consume way less calories. Two 550 milliliter bottles of original Coke contain 400 calories, while two same-size bottles of Diet Coke contain less than 5 calories. That means one original Coke is the calorie equivalent of plus or minus 100 Diet Cokes. Now, obviously, drinking 100 Diet Cokes is a terrible idea because I'd be surpassing my daily aspartame limit by 954%. There is no moderation there, even though it's probably less than 150 calories. You're better off drinking 2 or 3. I'm certain that they will have negligible effects on your health, unless you have the genetic disorder called PKU. Then you probably want to stay away from aspartame because your body cannot break it down. Most of the research that has been done on artificial sweeteners has indicated that there is limited evidence of significant health problems that they can cause. The World Health Organization has also classed them as having limited evidence of being carcinogenic, meaning it's safer than consuming red meat or passive smoking. So in a nutshell, artificial sweeteners are a lot safer than sugar. You should still drink these no sugar drinks in moderation regardless. It's best to err on the side of caution. Wow, this video ended up being a lot longer than I thought. Being sciencey amuses me. So basically, I would advise you to actually substitute sugar with artificial sweeteners without worrying too much. I don't think they will cause you any significant problems. They will probably do more good than harm. Okay, I've kept you here for long enough. Bye bye, and remember, stay natural.